Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we will learn how to draw an eye using a pen. The pen I'm using is just a regular 3 rupee pen that you can easily find anywhere. And the sketchbook I'm using has a cartridge paper, but you can use any paper or sketchbook that's available to you. I have added the link to the reference image in the description box below. You can download it from there and keep it open on another device. Okay, let's get started. First, we'll draw a circle which will be the iris. It doesn't need to be perfect. You can make corrections later. Just make sure not to apply too much pressure on your pen while sketching so that the outline don't become too dark. Draw a line extending outward from the middle of the circle. We'll use this guideline to draw the inner and outer corners of the eye. The outer corner is usually slightly lower than the inner corner, so we'll position its end a little below the guideline. The inner corner will end right where the guideline ends. Draw the lower eyelid, start at the outer corner and curve the line towards the inner corner. Refine the shape as needed to make it look natural. Then, draw a curved line extending outward from the inner corner. This will mark where the upper eyelid's eyelashes end, as shown in the reference image. Next, draw the crease line above the eye where the upper eyelid folds. Also, add a line to indicate where the eyebrow will be. The eyebrow is usually longer than the eye, so extend the line a bit beyond both ends of the eye. Draw an imaginary vertical line from the start of the eyebrow to check if there is enough distance between the eyebrow and the outer corner of the eye. Draw a small circle for pupil and leave some space around it for the highlights. We'll keep this area white without shading. Now that we have finished the outline, let's move on to the shading. First, we'll shade the iris. Start with darker shades and apply more pressure on the pen for darker tones. Darken the outline of the iris and the pupil completely. Next, you'll notice two mid-tone circles just inside the iris. Let's draw those as well. Now let's draw the small rays around the pupil. Use cross-hatching for darker shading. The left side of the eye is darker than the right, so make sure to observe closely before shading. Next, improve the shape of the iris by adding darker shading on the right side of the iris and some lines in the highlighted area to show the reflection of the eyelashes falling over the eye. Add small details for realism. Now shade the upper eyelid using cross-hatching. Draw the muscle on the outer corner of the eye and lightly shade the white part of the eye using hatching. Apply light pressure on your pen for the lighter tones and leave the area in between lighter. Next, draw another line, similar and parallel to the lower eyelid. This is where the lower eyelid's eyelashes will start. On the right side of the white part of the eye, there are only a few light shadows, while the left side is darker in comparison. Add some details to the muscle near the outer corner and leave the rest of the area white. Now draw the wrinkle line under the eye. Darken the top crease line and shade around it. The skin folding in with the crease will appear darker and the shade will get lighter as you move outward. Make sure to leave white spaces wherever there are highlights. There's a small line extending out from the crease and a middle tone shade inside it. Shade the area between the second lower eyelid and the wrinkle line under the eye. Don't shade the space between the lower eyelid and the second lower eyelid, as this area should remain light. Draw a shape similar to the outer corner but slightly larger, leaving a small gap between the two shapes. Add a few shading details around the eye socket. Add some shading to the upper area of the eye following the reference image. Start by drawing a very light line to mark where the eyelashes will start and finish. Then draw the first eyelash in the middle, pointing straight upward. Pay attention to the curve where the eyelashes begin. They are not completely straight but have a slight curve as they come out from the eyelid, just like this. We'll follow this curve for the rest of the eyelashes. Notice the direction of each eyelash carefully and draw accordingly. The eyelashes bend downward and the bend overlaps the white part of the eye. Be careful when drawing these bends. Don't add too many details or it will look messy. The eyelashes start a little distance away from the outer corner, so leave some space between them. Add some shading and dark tones near the eyelid, as that's where the most of the shadows will appear. Now let's draw the eyelashes on the lower eyelid using the same process. Start by drawing the first and the last strand and add some light, rough guidelines to measure the space for each strand. First draw the main lash strands and then add the smaller ones around them to divide the space properly. After that, add any extra details that feel necessary to make it look more realistic, but avoid overdoing it. Shade the area of the eye shadow. Next, we'll work on the eyebrows, which will be the last part. Pay attention to the curve and the angle of the hair. The eyebrow hairs follow a slanted line, starting from the right side and ending on the left. Draw the dark hairs first and then the lighter ones. If you like a separate video on how to draw eyebrows, since they can be tricky, let me know in the comments and I can make one for you. Once the eyebrows are done, you can add more shading to darken them and include minor details if needed. If you notice something missing compared to the reference image, feel free to add it as well. I am doing the same here. And that's it. Congratulations on learning something new today. This is the first tutorial video on my channel, and in this video, if you have any suggestions for my tutorial or if you had any difficulty or questions, please leave them in the comments. If you have followed this tutorial and want feedback on your drawing, you can send it to me on my Instagram. The link is in the description box below. That's all for today. I'll be back with another tutorial soon. Until then, take care.